Hello, all my dear students. My name is Ajay Gulati. Welcome to Sri Jayendra Rank Zone Academy. I'll be your friend and mentor for the mathematics portion. Today, we will be dealing in the number system part. We can say HCF LCM only. Okay, and this is the third class of HCF and LCM. So far, what we have discussed is so far we have discussed this comes only in number system only. Okay, so far what we have discussed is LCM, basic concept of LCM. I told you the meaning of HCF, but we have done mostly questions on LCM. Now we will be moving to HCF. HCF is highest common factor. Let's see how do we take practical questions on these. But before that, let me give you, let me tell you the concept in detail. Okay, suppose I take example is suppose I take two number 24 and 32. Now, if I need to find out their HCF, I write down 24, I write down 32. 24 is 8 into 3, or I can say 2 cube into 3 raised to power 1. Then 32 is 2 raised to power 5. Now, HCF is what? HCF is take the least power of the prime factors. Least power of the prime factors. See, here what do we have the prime factors? So the HCF will be 2 raised to power. We have 2 and 3 only. 2 raised to minimum power is 3 and 3 minimum power is 0. So here comes that HCF is 8. I hope so far things are clear to everyone without any doubt. Okay, dear students. This is one way of finding. Okay. Now what it is, let me tell you this thing via basic concepts. Okay. See, if I write factors of 24 and if I write factors of 32. HCF, the word suggests highest common factor. Okay, let me show you practically. 24, 32. What are the factors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. Let's talk about 32. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. What are the common factors? These are the common factors. 1, 2, 4, then 8. Among the common factors, what are the common factors? 1, 2, 4, and 8. 8 is the highest. 8 is the maximum, or I can say highest. Therefore, I will say 8 is the HCF of 24 and 32. This is the just this is actually the basic concept. So one more thing I'll tell you. Look, if I have to take the HCF of two numbers, now let's say I talk about 24 and 32. You subtract 32 from 24 from 32, you will get 8. Now, the HCF, sometimes this tool becomes very useful. Now, the HCF of 32 and 24 will be will be that what is the difference? The difference is 8. That greatest factor of 8 that divides both 32 and 24, or both 22 and 24 and 32. See students, this tool is also very helpful when the numbers are large but the difference is small. So this really shortens your question. Look, what I mean to say is 8. What are the factors of 8, 4, 2, 1? I will check with 8. If 8 divides both of these, then 8 is the HCF. 8 divides both of these, okay? 8 divides both, therefore 8 is the HCF. Therefore 8 is the HCF. Similarly, if I talk about 90 and 70, what is the difference? The difference is 20. Let's write down factors of 20. The factors of 20 are, let's, I start from here, 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20. Does 20 divide any of these? No. No. Okay. Then 10, yes. 10 divides both 90 and 70, therefore 10 is the HCF. 10 is the HCF of 90 and 70. Things must be so far clear. Okay, dear students, let's move ahead. Now, if I tell you these two numbers 1232 and 1244, I want their HCF. Okay, find HCF of these two numbers. The thing is, students, if I factorize them, it will be very lengthy. But I know these two numbers are large numbers, but their difference is small. What is their difference? Their difference is 12. Okay. Now, since their difference is 12, what I'll do, I'll write down the factors of 12. 12, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. I check, does 12 divide 144? 1200 plus 44 is not divisible by 12. Let's talk about 6. 1200 plus 42 plus 2 is not divisible by 6. Now, 44 is divisible. What is the rule for checking with 4? 44 is divisible by 4. If this number divides one number, then it will automatically divide the other number. Therefore, 4 is the HCF of. So, I hope now I have been able to emphasize what is the importance of this particular method while calculating the HCF. The main thing is that if the numbers are large and their difference is small, this method becomes very useful. Okay, dear students, let's move to the next one. Let me take one more of this type, okay? Just give me a second. Yeah, let's say the two numbers are 9042, 9078. Okay, find the HCF of 9072, 9078, and 9042. What is the difference of these two numbers, dear students? Their difference is 36. Okay, now if I write down the factors of 36, they are 36, 18, 12, 9, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's divide any of these number by 9072. I know 900 is divisible by 36. So 9,000 will be divisible by 36. Plus 72 is divisible by 36, but that 6 is not divisible by 36. So therefore, this number is not divisible by 36. Then I talk about 18. Again, 9,000 plus 72 is divisible by 18, plus 6 is not divisible by 18. Therefore, this is not divisible by 18. Let's talk about 12. Again, 9,000. 9,000 is divisible by 12. 72 is also divisible by 12, but the 6 is again not divisible by 12, so I can't take 12 also. Last, I take 9. 9,000 is divisible by 12. What is the rule for 9? Sum of it. 9078 is not divisible by 9. Last, 9078 is clearly divisible by 6. Is clearly divisible by 6. Therefore, 6 is the HCF of both these numbers. See how large the numbers are, but their HCF is so small. 6 is the HCF of both these numbers. So you get the answer in this manner, my dear students. Okay. Let's move to some questions now. It will just take a minute. Just give me a second, dear students. Let me find question for you. Now find the greatest number which will exactly divide 200 and 320. See, it's actually easy. 200, 320. What is the difference? The difference is 120. Just check. Does 120 divide any of this? No. Factors of 120, 60. 60 does not divide. Next factor 40. Yes, 40 divides. 40 is the HCF of these two numbers. Let's move to the next one. The greatest number that divides 122 and 243 respectively, leaving 2 and 3 as remainders. Now see, we need to find that number which divides these two, 122 and 243, leaving respectively 2 and 3 and remainder. What does it mean? See, 122 when divided, the remainder is 2. That means the number divides 120. 243 when divided, the remainder is 3, means 240 is divisible. See, I tell you why. There is a number 123. Okay, here is a divisor. You divide something, you get 3 as remainder. What does it mean? It means 3 remainder means 120 is divisible. Okay, 120 is divisible. So that why I write 120 over here. Okay, dear students. Now we need to find HCF of 120 and 240. Okay, so that is clearly 120 itself is the HCF. 120 itself is the HCF of both these numbers. Okay, dear students, let's move to the next one. What is the greatest number which will divide 110 and 128, leaving a remainder 2 in each case? See, exactly the same thing. 110, 128, remainder is 2. That means it divides 108 and 126. Find the HCF of 108 and 126. Okay, what is the difference? The difference is 18. Check, does this 18 divide? The difference is, this difference is 18. 18, if this difference divides any of the number, na, if 18 divides 108, therefore 18 is the HCF of both the numbers. Okay, dear students. Next question. What is the greatest number that will divide 307, 330, leaving? Now these questions appear to be easy. We will solve them at a try to solve them at a quick pace. Okay. 307, 330. Here the remainder is 3. Here the remainder is 20. Here the remaining part is 323. Now again the same thing. 323 minus 304 will give you 19. So the difference is equal to 19. Students, now a very beautiful thing. 19 is a prime number. If 19 does not divide, then the HCF will be 1. Why? Because the factors of 19 are what? Factors of 19 are 19 and 1 only. But 1 is not in the option. Think about it. If 19 does not divide, so 1 would have been the answer. But since 1 is not there, so 19 has to be answer. 19 is the 19 is the HCF. 19 is the HCF of both these numbers. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay. The greatest number that will divide 729 and 901. 729 leaving remainder 9. 901 leaving remainder 5. This is 720. This is 896. Okay. Now I have to divide this. See, students. These are the options. Okay. Very easily I can say this 6. See, let's talk about 896 only. Unit digit is 6. It is not divisible by 896 is clearly not divisible by 15 and 20. So these two options are removed. Let's check with any one option now. 19 does not divide 720. 19 does not divide. If 19 does not divide 720, so 19 is not a factor of this number. So let's leave 19 also. Only option 2 is left. Therefore, 16 is the greatest such number. This is your answer. Okay, dear students. I think now you can do such sort of questions. Or should I do the last one of this type? 989. 1327, the greatest number, which when divide 989 and 1 leaves remainder 5 and 7 respectively. Leaves remainder 5 and 7. This is 984. 1320. Okay. Now we need to find HCF of these two numbers. Okay, what is the difference? 1320, 984, 6. 336. The difference is 336. Now, students, rather than finding the factors of 336, best method. What is the best method? Best method is check which option divides 336. What I told you, the HCF has to be a factor of this difference. Okay, check which option divides 336, which maximum. Okay, check which biggest option divides. Let's start with 32. 32 divides 32 does not divide 336, so 32 is not the answer. 24 divides 240. See, 240 plus this will be 116. No, 24 does not divide, but 16 definitely divides by 320 plus 16. Therefore, 16 divides 336. Therefore, 16 is the answer. Very easily done. Okay. Let me check if I did not do any mistake. I think I did some mistake while saying, sorry, 240 divides, bro. I'm very sorry for this. Huh? 332 does not. 336 is actually 240 plus 96. Okay, this is divisible by 24. This is divisible by 24. Therefore, 24 is the answer. Okay, dear students. Let's take one last question of this type, and that will be the last question from this exercise only. This will be a bit different. The greatest number divide this 3 4 5. Acha. Now what we have, dear students, now we have three numbers. Okay, we have to take the HCF of three numbers. Let's start with it. The numbers are 411, 684, 821. Remainder 3, remainder 4, remainder 5. What is this now? 407. What is this now? 680. This is 816. Now the easiest part is the options are far apart. Just think about it, dear students. 411 minus 3 is 408. Okay. Now the options are far apart. Best method, check the options. If I check the options, what will happen? 204, I can easily say divides 408. 816 also, but it does not divide 680. So 204 is not the option. 254 clearly does not divide 408, is not the option. Let's talk about 136. 136 appears to me as it will divide. Yes. So yes, 136. Clearly, 136 is the number. 136 is the number which is dividing all these. I can easily see. Clearly, 136 is the number which divides all the three numbers. Therefore, 136 is the answer. Yes, now let's take some new questions. Now we'll take some practical problems on HCF and LCM. Word problems actually. There are 24 peaches, 36 squash, and 60 bananas, and they have to be arranged in several rows in such a way that every row contains the same number of fruits of only one type. What is the minimum number of rows required for this to happen? See, students, what is being given to us? What is being given to us is yeah, now it's fine, I hope. There are 24 peaches. Peaches are how many? 24 peaches, 36 squash, and 60 bananas. They have to be arranged in several rows in such a way that every row contains the same number of fruits of only one type. What is the minimum number of rows required for this to happen? Look, we have we have to make some rows out of peaches, we have to make some rows out of cots, we have to make some rows out of bananas. But the thing is, each row must contain each type, only one type of fruits, and all the rows have to be barabar. All the rows have to be equal. I'm very sorry. All the rows have to be equal. So it clearly means we have to find the HCF of 24, 36, and 60. Easy at past. What is the difference between these two? The difference between these two is 12. Does 12 divide these two? Yes. 12 divide these two. Then 12 also divides 60. So what I can say, 12 is the HCF of these two numbers. 12 is the HCF of these three numbers. Now what I'll do, look, if I arrange 12 over here, 12 over here, what do I get? I get two rows with 12. I again arrange 12, 12, 12. I again arrange 12, 12, 12. So what do I have? What is the minimum number of rows required for this to happen? So therefore 9 rows are required. Okay. When, see what the word says, minimum. When the rows will be minimum, rows will be minimum. Rows will be minimum when row size is maximum. When row size is maximum, maximum means highest. So I need highest common factor. When the maximum trees and the maximum fruits are in one row, so the row size is maximum. When maximum size is there, the number of rows will be minimum. Okay, dear students, let's move to the next one. Just give me one more second. Three sets of English, mathematics, and science books containing 36, 240, and 96 books respectively have to be stacked in such a way that all the books are stored subject wise and the height of each stack is the same. Look, English, maths, science. We have 336, 240, and 96. Okay, these books have to be stacked in such a way that all the books are stored subject wise and the height of each stack is the same. Let's say this is the height of each one stack. So height of all the stacks should be same like this. Okay, the height of all the stacks should be same. The total number of stacks will be in such a way that all the books are subject wise and the height of each stack is same. The total number of stacks will be. So what do I need to, if I need to find the height of each stack should be same, let's find HCF of these numbers. Okay, find HCF of 96, 240, and 336. Easy method is you can start by smaller number also. Write down the factors of 96 and write them down in descending order. 32, 24, 16, so on. Okay. 96 does not divide 240. Let's remove this. 48 divides 240. 48 into 7 is 336. Clearly 48 is the number which divides all the three given numbers. Therefore 48 is the HCF. Okay, so 48 is your answer. The total number of stacks will be now. What is the total number of stacks? Let's see. How many will be the total number of stacks? This divided by 48 will give you 7. This divided by 48. Okay, no problem. Divided by will give you 5, will give you 2. So total stacks 7 plus 5 plus 2, that is 14 stacks. Option 1 is your answer. Okay, dear students. Let's move to the next one. This is your next question. 84 math books, 90 physics books, and 120 chemistry books have to be stacked topic wise. How many books will be there in each stack so that each stack will have the same height too? Maths, how many? 84. Physics, how many? 96. Chemistry, how many? 120. How many books will there be in each stack so that each stack will have the same height and maximum height? See, now what is the difference? The difference is 6. Okay, now just find out. Does 6 divide any of these? 6 divides 84, yes. 6 divides 90, yes. 6 divides 180, yes. So easy. The question becomes so easy. Therefore, HCF is 6. Therefore, height of each stack. Height of each stack is equal to 6 books. Okay, dear students. Now let's move ahead to some other questions. I will skip a few in between so that we move to the next level. Let's find this. A milk vendor. Okay. Just go through this question, try to do it yourself. Milk vendor has 21 liters of cow milk, 42 liters of toned milk, and 63 liters of double toned. Okay. If he wants to pack them in cans so that each can contain the same liter of milk and does not want to mix any two kinds of milk in a can, then the least number of cans. See, students, when the least number of cans are required, what does it mean? It means maximum milk in each can. Maximum milk in each can. So, what does the word maximum suggest? It suggests highest. If he wants to pack them in cans so that each can contains same liter of milk. Same liter of milk means equal. Equal means common. So I get common. So I get highest common factor. Okay. So I need to find the highest common factor of these numbers. Clearly, we need to find the HCF of 21, 42, and 63. Clearly, 21 is the HCF. Now what do we have to find? If you want to pack them in cans so that each can contains same liter of milk and does not mix two quantities in a can, the least number of cans. So 21 is a can. Now number of cans. What are the number of cans required? The number of cans required are first of all 21 by 21 plus 42 by 21 plus 63 by 21, that is 1. 6 cans are required. Option number 2 is the answer. You can have a look at it if you want to. Now I am jumping to the next question. This was definitely different one. Okay. Mhm. Let's take this one. Yeah, this is also similar type, but the thing is, this has bigger numbers. 3 tanks contain 403 liter, 435 liter, and 465 liter of diesel respectively. The maximum capacity of container that can measure the diesel of the three containers exact number of times. See, so it's again the same thing. See, the capacities are 403, 434, 465. I have to find the biggest container which can help me to measure the capacities of all these, to measure the total capacity of all these. So for that, I require the HCF. See, if I can say this 403 is being measured, I can distribute it into 9 biggest cans. I can distribute this into 10 biggest cans, into 11 biggest cans, something like this. So I need to find the maximum size of the container very easily, students. What is the difference? The difference here is 31. The difference here also is 31. Both the places difference is same. Just check if 31 divides any of these three number. Let's say 403 is it divisible by 31. You get 9, you get 3, 13. Yes. So clearly you get one more thing, students. What is the gap? The gap here is 31. If the gap itself is 31, then HCF can never be more than 31. So all these options are absurd, useless. Okay. So that way 31 is the HCF of all these numbers, or I can say maximum capacity of the container should be 31. Okay, dear students, let's move ahead. Let me get you the next question. Mhm. Let's take the last number. Yeah, this is also a different type. I will explain it to you very patiently. What is the least number of square tiles required to pave the floor of a room? 15 meters, 17 centimeter long, and 9 meter 2 centimeter broad. Okay, see, let's say I have a floor. This is my floor. What are the dimension? 15 meter, 17 centimeter. It means 1517 centimeter. And 9 meter and 2 centimeter broad. This is 902 centimeter. What I need to do is, let me tell you the theory of the question first. What is the least number of square tiles required to pave the floor of a room? 15 meter and 17 centimeter long and 9 meter 2 centimeter broad. I need minimum number of tiles to pave this way. I need to see if I take a very big tile. Okay, then if one tile can do it all, then one will be the minimum. But the thing is that if I need to pave, if I need to tile this entire area, the thing is it's not mentioned in this question, but always it is like that the tile should cover the entire length this way. Okay, I need not break any tile into smaller parts. All the parts should be exactly same like this. So what I mean to say is length of the tile length of the tile should divide 1517. Also, breadth of the tile should be also like this. Okay. Also, breadth of the tile should divide 902 centimeter. Therefore, we need to find the HCF of 1517 and 902. I hope so far things are clear to all of you. Okay, now just think about it. How will you find the HCF of these numbers? The two numbers we have, okay, 1517 and 902. Either you can take their difference, okay, whatever way you like, just but you have to calculate the HCF. Okay, let me bring it down. 1517 and 902. How to find? Let's say I'll show you one more method. Start dividing. 902. 1 is the quotient. So you get 90. What is the remainder this time? The remainder is 15615. Now what you will do? You will divide 902 by 615. Again 1, 615. Keep on dividing this way until and unless you get a factor. Whenever you get zero remainder, that will be your answer. Okay. So that will be 285, 287 this time. 287. Now again start dividing. 287 divide 615. 287 into 2, I think will give you 287 into 2, 574. This time it is 41. 41 divided by 287, 7 over here, 287, yes, 0. So what do I get? Therefore, 47 is the HCF. 47 is the 41 is the HCF. But what is the least number of tiles? So the number of tiles required are okay. The number of tiles required are, see, it will be how number of tiles in the length and number of tiles in the breadth. These are the number of tiles required. Okay, so if I divide 41902, what do I get, dear students? First of all, 902 divided by 41 will give me 22. Okay, this will give me 22. Why? 410 plus 410, 820, 820 plus 82. This will give you 22. Let's divide 1507 by 41. Although I don't have space, but still I have to manage it. 1507, 41, 41 into 3 will give me 123. You will get, this will be 27, 37. Okay, so this cancels to give you 37. How will you multiply this? 37 into 22, make it 37 into 2 into 11, or 74 into 11. Now it is easy to multiply. Okay, when you multiply any number by 11, write 4, 4 plus 7, 1, 1 carry, 8, 1, 4 times. Lengthy one, but no problem. I think I have explained it to you very clearly. So students, that is all for today. We will meet again tomorrow. Please practice these questions. You won't find the exam if you see me solving the question. You will only be able to crack the exam if you solve them yourself. Practice each of the questions given again and again many times, so that when it comes in front of you in your exam, you will be able to solve it in the very first attempt. You don't have to waste your time. Study very hard, students. Study thoroughly. Don't let your time don't waste your time anywhere else. Don't let it be wasted with your friends, with Facebook or any social media or WhatsApp, whatever it is. Please focus on your studies. Crack the exam in your very first attempt. Thank you so much. Bye bye, dear students. Good day.